3 a.m. Something just hit the hallway at full speed, then the bedroom door, then silence. You lie there, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. Your cat is doing this again. The same route, the same time, the same wild energy that makes absolutely no sense, or so you think. In the next 12 minutes, you're going to understand something about your cat that will make those 3 a.m. sprints look completely different. First, why your cat's body clock makes 3 a.m. feel like noon to them. Not midnight madness, biological precision. Second, what those sprints actually are at the motor level. Because what looks like chaos is something your cat is doing deliberately, skillfully, and for a specific reason. And third, the one warning sign hidden inside the Zoomies that most owners completely miss. And why missing it matters, stay with me. By the end of this video, you won't be annoyed at 3 a.m. anymore, you'll be impressed. You know exactly what this looks like. It starts with a sound, something fast moving through a room you can't see, then a thump. Then the sound of something skidding across a hard floor, then silence again. You lie there and wait, then it starts again. Your cat tears through the hallway, launches off the couch, hits the bedroom door, sprints back. No destination, no apparent reason. Full speed, completely focused, eyes wide, and then stops dead. Sits, licks a paw, acts like nothing happened. If you have a cat, you have experienced this, probably more than once. Probably in the middle of a night you desperately needed to sleep. And at some point, you've asked yourself the same question every cat owner asks. Is my cat insane? The answer is no. But the real answer is so much more interesting than that. Here is what most people assume. Their cat has leftover energy. Maybe it didn't play enough during the day. Maybe it's bored. Maybe it's just a weird cat. All of that is partially true. None of it is the real explanation, because those 3 a.m. sprints are not random. They are not accidents. They are not your cat malfunctioning. They are the output of a biological system so precisely calibrated to a specific time of day that 10,000 years of domestication has barely touched it. To understand what's actually happening, you need to understand what your cat is, not what it looks like on your couch. What it actually is, underneath the fur, the food bowl, and everything you've taught it about living with you. Your cat is not nocturnal. I want to be precise about this because almost everyone gets it wrong. People call cats night creatures. They're not. Cats evolved as crepuscular animals, most active at dawn and dusk. The transitional light moments. The in-between times when their prey is moving but the light is still low enough to give them a hunting advantage. In the wild, those windows are everything. A cat that misses dawn or dusk misses its best chance to eat. So over millions of years, the feline body clock developed with extraordinary precision, a biological alarm hardwired for 2 specific moments in the day. Your domestic cat still has that alarm. It never turned off. What does this mean for 3 a.m.? Your cat is not waking up in the middle of the night. From your cat's perspective, there is no middle of the night. There is right now and there is later. And right now, the internal signals say it is time to move. But here is the layer underneath that because the body clock is only the first part. The question is, what does your cat do when that alarm goes off? It hunts, even when there is nothing to hunt. And that is where it gets genuinely fascinating. When your cat sprints through your hallway at full speed, it is not running for exercise. It is rehearsing. Every sprint is a practice run, a dress rehearsal for a hunt that may never come. The stalking mechanics, the pounce timing, the sprint speed, your cat is keeping these systems calibrated, sharp, ready, because a predator whose reflexes go soft doesn't eat. This is called hunting rehearsal behavior, and it runs on what animal behaviorists call the predatory motor sequence: stalk, rush, pounce, strike. When indoor cats don't get the opportunity to complete that sequence on actual prey, a toy, a feather, a crinkled ball, the sequence builds up unspent. And eventually it releases, not as aggression, not as destruction, as speed. Your hallway is the savanna. The bedroom door is the prey. And your cat is not crazy. It is maintaining the most important skill it has. Now here is where it gets stranger. Your cat is not just following one drive when it sprints at 3 a.m. It is following several simultaneously. And once you see all of them at once, you will never look at those sprints the same way again. First, the sleep cycle mismatch. Your cat does not sleep the way you do. It naps in many short bouts throughout the day and night, cycling in and out of REM rapidly. This means your cat is fully rested, alert, and ready to move at the precise moment your sleep cycle has pulled you into your deepest rest. The timing is not coincidental. It is biological. Second, the energy debt. Indoor cats that don't get enough high-intensity play during the day accumulate what researchers call prey drive pressure. That pressure needs an outlet. And it finds one at 3 a.m. when the body clock fires, when the apartment is quiet, when the temperature drops slightly and the cool air tells the cat's nervous system, now, move now. Third, temperature. Cats prefer moderate to cool temperatures for sprinting. Nighttime drops in room temperature can independently trigger movement bursts. Your cat's body reads the cool air and responds with exactly the behavior that cool air would enable in the wild, fast, efficient, sustained movement. 4 separate biological systems, all firing at the same time, all pointing toward the same output. What you experience as chaos is, from your cat's perspective, everything working exactly as intended. But there are 2 more layers inside the Zoomies that most people never consider. Your cat is not running randomly through your house. It is running a route, a specific memorized circuit along scent-marked paths, walls, furniture edges, door frames, places your cat has already claimed as territorial boundaries. When something disturbs that territory, a noise from outside, the scent of a neighboring cat coming under the door, a sound from the plumbing, your cat runs the route to refresh its claim. To say in the only language available to it, I am still here. This is still mine. You may not hear the trigger. You almost certainly won't. The sounds that send cats into hunting mode, plumbing thumps, distant engines, insects behind the wall fall below human attention thresholds. Your cat's hearing reaches 2 octaves higher than yours. What is silence to you is a soundscape to your cat. And something in that soundscape at 3 a.m. said, move. And the final layer, the one that will make you recognize your own behavior in this, is social. Your cat has learned something about you. It has learned that when it sprints through the house at 3 a.m., you react. You get up. You check. You call its name. You are once again completely predictable. And your cat, the same animal that runs behavioral experiments on you with your desk objects, has noted the result. Dramatic late-night activity produces human attention. Reliable, consistent, every single time. And so the Zoomies serve one more function. They work. Now I need to stop here. Because there is something inside the Zoomies that is not funny, not fascinating, and not something to be impressed by. Zoomies that suddenly increase in frequency, in a cat that never did this before, or at ages where this level of activity is unusual, can be a symptom. Hyperthyroidism, the most common hormonal disorder in older cats, produces nighttime hyperactivity as one of its earliest signs. Pain-related restlessness, arthritis, dental pain, internal discomfort, can look identical to play-drive Zoomies from across the room. And in rare cases, neurological events can produce sudden, unusual movement episodes that owners dismiss as their cat being dramatic. The rule is simple. If your cat's nighttime activity has suddenly changed, more frequent, more intense, different in character from what you've seen before, or if it comes alongside other signs like weight loss, excessive vocalization, or changes in eating, that is a vet visit, not eventually, soon. Zoomies are almost always behavioral, but almost always has an exception, and knowing the exception matters. So what do you do with all of this? 3 things. First, the single most effective intervention is a high-intensity play session 30 to 45 minutes before your bedtime, not casual toy waving. Real hunting simulation, a wand toy, fast movement, something your cat can stalk, rush, and catch. Complete the predatory sequence. Let the motor program run its full course. A cat that has hunted before bed is a cat that sleeps through the night, in the same way a runner who has sprinted is a runner who sleeps. Second, feed your cat immediately after the play session. In the wild, the sequence is hunt, eat, groom, sleep. Triggering that full chain, play, then food, then your cat will groom itself into drowsiness, is the closest thing to a guaranteed sleep schedule that cats have. Third, if your cat still wakes you, do not react. No checking, no calling its name, no getting up. Any response, even a negative one, confirms to your cat that the behavior produces results. Remove the result and over time the behavior loses its function. The next time your cat tears through your house at 3 a.m., I want you to see it differently. Not an interruption, not a malfunction, not a weird cat doing a weird thing for no reason. A predator running its ancient body clock. Rehearsing skills it may never need. Refreshing the boundaries of a territory that feels to it genuinely worth protecting. Responding to a world of sounds you cannot hear, following drives that 10,000 years of living with humans has not touched. Your cat is not crazy. Your house is a savanna. And somewhere in the dark, the hunt is always happening, whether you can see it or not. You just happen to be asleep for the best part. Tell me in the comments, what time does your cat do this? And has it ever woken you up in a way you still can't explain? And if you've ever woken up to find something on your pillow, something your cat left there looking proud, that behavior connects directly to everything we talked about today. Same hunting brain, different expression, different problem for you to deal with in the morning. That video is next. I'll see you there.